elaborate prank to scare a friend based on local rumor that this building is haunted. Beckroyd Mill. Some people say it was once a tannery, others a dye works. It's probably been many things in its time, but why it was built, or when, is of no importance. It now stands empty, unused these last 10 years, except as a peg for local mysteries, told with a significant hushing of the voice, and beginning with the words, "They say." What do they say? Well, they say different things, but all seem to agree that a tragedy of some kind took place here. A tragedy in some way connected with a violent love affair, but where exactly on the premises it happened, that differs from teller to teller, as does the identity of the participants. To discover what really happened and who was involved in it and why, we must go back 10 years to an evening in late spring. Ian Tiggott was on his way to a party thrown by some vague acquaintance of his who rented the mill from a nearby farmer. He'd never been to the place before and wasn't too keen to come to it now. But it was a fair evening, and he'd nothing better to do. And so... Adele Dobbs, a friend of the tenant. She'd been here once before. She was feeling a little bored. She'd never met Ian until...
So you decided to come?
On top, and I said, "Who wants fat air?" I said.
Hey, what the heck?
When they left the next morning, their relationship was firmly on its way. It continued to develop until 3 weeks later, Ian borrowed the mill from its tenant and they spent a weekend there.
Oh, you.
Woman. Day I met you was first day of my life.
Day I met you was last day of my morning.
Morning?
M-O-U-R.
What were you mourning?
Oh, lost things I'd never had.
But now you've been found.
Oh, yes, I am. I am discovered! Look!
What?
Down there.
Where?
It's Cooper.
Oh, blast. Has he seen us?
I think so. He seems to be coming in this direction.
Oh, well. Pull your skirt down.
Eh?
Cover yourself, woman.
Oh, Ian, it's only Cooper.
He's male. His eyes can defile you. He mustn't be allowed to gloat on your thighs.
Oh.
Have you no respect for me feelings? For your own dignity? I mean, do you want to display yourself to every
Would you put on your shirt if it was Lucy who was coming?
That's different.
Oh, yeah.
A woman should reserve her contours for the gaze of her cherisher and for no other.
You afraid of me being attractive to other men?
I'm not afraid. Why should I?
Yeah.
Of course I'm not.
Well, then why all this fuss about harmless Mr. Cooper?
It's not him. It's the principle of the... Anyway, he's not coming up here. He's turned off.
Has he?
Ah, thank goodness.
Hey, Harry! Harry Cooper!
Delicious.
Now that they'd reached such a pitch of intensity and were so sure of their hold upon one another, they couldn't resist stinging. Adele made a show of flirting with Cooper, and a couple of days later, Ian deliberately took another girl out. A half-friend of Adele's, who could be counted on to let Adele know.
I have to close up. Am I modestly covered enough for you? I had a lot of males in here today, and they've all gazed on me contours. Do you think this smock's sufficient to baffle their defiant interest, or do you think I should wear a crinoline?
It's no joking matter.
Oh, I know that. Believe me, I take the problem of being for your eyes alone very seriously. I've been perplexed all day by the problems presented by that little stepladder.
What are you talking about?
Well, in the course of my duties, I sometimes have, and I blush to say it, but I sometimes have to mount this ladder to put books back on top shelves, and I'm afraid I can't help elevating my provocative lower portions to a level above that of the average male eye. It's more than possible they might catch a glimpse of my calves and even, oh, I hardly dare say it, my stocking tops. Now, you might think that trousers would have been the right answer, and I've considered it, but trousers tend to define rather than to disguise certain aspects of a girl's anatomy, even higher up.
Stop it!
So, I've come to the conclusion my present get-up is the best compromise. You'll notice I'm wearing stockings, although it is the height of summer. I mean, although they don't actually disguise the fact that my legs are legs,
Shut up!
they do prevent the burning gaze from actually falling on my naked flesh.
Stop it or I'll rip stupid things off you.
Will you indeed?
Stop looking at me like that.
Like what?
Like that, with your eyes.
Well, I can't look with my nose.
You know what I mean. You mix me... You're just trying to provoke me.
And what about you?
What do you mean?
With Vicky.
Oh,
You didn't know I knew.
I don't care whether you know or not.
Oh, and you're always
A
on
man
about...
has different needs.
I'm not sufficient.
if you want to put it that way.
Well, perhaps you haven't got everything either. Come here, there's something I want to show you. Look.
So?
Don't you think he's well endowed?
Dimensions aren't...
Don't it make you feel jealous?
Why should it?
Oh, well, Ian, I mean, we both know.
You bloody slut, you should never... You shouldn't even think.
I think he's very pretty.
How can you say? Don't you know what it means to a man?
Well, how do you think flaunting yourself with Vicky and all those hints about me inadequacy affect me?
I only went out with her because of the way you carried on with Cooper.
Well, I only let him buy me an ice cream.
You were flirting with him.
Well, it was because you were so... Oh, I don't know. I couldn't resist
I felt like chucking myself in canal.
Did you?
Of course I did. I can hardly breathe when you're not with me.
Come here. Why do we do these things to each other?
I don't know.
I don't really want any other men to see me. I only want to burn in your mind, sacred and delicate.
You do, night and day. Are you wearing...
Yeah, spotlessly white every morning, fresh and immaculate. Do you?
The elderberry sprig? Aye.
It should be renewed every 5 days.
We'll renew it. Tonight. Some people are made of clay.
And what are we made of?
I, tensile flesh.
Yeah!
Yodely.
It's well. A farmer threw a dead calf down it.
Mucky beggar.
Aye, well, we'll keep away from it. Come on. When I take you out tonight with me, honey, is the way it's going to be. You will sit behind a team of snow.
You're so sure of me, aren't you?
Slickest gig you ever did see. Hey, we'll come here again next week.
I shan't be able to come.
Hey?
I said I shan't be able to come.
What do you mean?
I'm going to Scarborough.
Scarborough?
Gone right in. I want you to ask to come.
But why? I mean, why?
I've never been.
But how can anything come before this? I mean, us.
A change.
But you shouldn't be able to even think about anything else. You should be consumed. Who are you going with? Who is it? Who is it? A man?
You'd like to know, wouldn't you?
I'll kill you. Tell me.
Get off me.
Tell me, you bloody...
Go over there, then, and I'll tell you. Well, go on, over there.
I'll strangle it out.
Over there, go on, away over there.
You'll tell me, you'll tell me.
Over there!
All right, then, who is it?
Now be still. Perfectly still. I'm going with...
Who?
Lucy and her crowd.
Lucy.
To a pub they know in Scarborough.
Ask to come. Please ask to come.
Are you all going together?
Yeah.
Why didn't she invite me? She wants me to ask. I won't. She must ask.
Would you like me to come?
Where?
With you?
Would you want to come?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you what?
Are you asking me to come?
Well, I'm asking you whether you want to come.
But you're not asking me to come!
I'm asking whether you want to.
I don't want with it! The fact that you can... A man should be a priest! But that's beyond your cheap little librarian mind! Go on, sport your dry, gritty little carcass around the countryside!
But when the weekend came, he couldn't restrain himself in Huddersfield. He had to follow her to Scarborough.
What will she be doing? Bitch!
Hey, Adele! Over here! Adele!
I don't know why she came.
You wouldn't catch me bothering over a man like that.
Where is she? That imbecile Cooper. Get out of bloody way.
The spy had been uncovered, but he didn't know it. And Adele deliberately contrived to give him something to spy on. Decided to confront her in the company of her lover. He waited for the right dramatic opportunity to create the most devastating effect. He followed the two of them to a cinema and waited for them to emerge.
It's going to be delicious. I'll step out and those witches' eyes of hers will pop out their sockets. She'll probably have a stroke. Here they come.
What, pigeons?
Oh, and that bit where he talks about the brace on her
Yeah,
teeth.
and that moment, you know, when the priest, when the Uta goes.
Yeah, yeah, of course you know I'd seen it before.
What, the old film?
No, not the whole film, no. I mean the bit with the Uta. It was in the trailer when it came to Huddersfield. I didn't get to see it then. I wanted to, like, but I couldn't. What was I doing? Oh, I know. Our kids just bought an old car for £7 when we were trying to get it wrong.
Everywhere I go.
So, here we are then. I've trapped you.
Yes.
I'll press your flagrant filthiness
A
down
wicked
into
wild mouse caught in the stubble.
Oh, why?
I'm glad you've caught me. I wanted to be caught. I prayed that you'd...
Why?
I don't know. I went crazy. It was as crazy as to hurt.
I've nearly been round bend.
I know. I did it all deliberately. I've been wicked and wanton.
Squeeze life out of you.
Scourge me. Tie me to a haystack and set it alight. Nail me to a tree.
You must do penance.
I want to.
We'll go back. I'll lie at mill.
Old folks wants to give it up. We'll take it on. You give up Jumping Library and stay there. Away from men, away from all.
I'll be your nun and you'll be my man priest.
For a while, she indulged her penitential role. And every evening, her man-priest returned to rededicate the shrine. But then she began to tire of the role, and more than tire, till one evening...
What do you mean?
I'm not in the mood.
You should always be in mood. It's the only mood you should ever be in.
Oh, please, Ian, you don't want to be inconsiderate.
This is third bloody night running. I've had enough of this. I've been considerate for all blasted week. What's the matter with you?
You get off me, you clumsy animal. Get off!
No! Let me in, dear me! Open this door, you bloody bitch! Let me in! Dear me! Dear me, let me in! Let me in, dear me! Come on, open this door!
Lucy?
What the hell are you doing here?
Rudeness is a sign of insecurity. I don't know why she puts up with you.
What do you mean, insecure? You know nothing.
Isn't he despicable?
Ignore him.
Now, look, I've had about enough of this. What the hell do you think you...
You've had enough.
Don't answer him.
No, he ain't worth it.
He'll be back. And when he is, I'll pretend I'm...
You're lying.
Am I? Well, if you wait long enough, you'll see.
You must be.
Why must I?
Because you've been here all the time.
Oh, yeah. I've been here.
You mean you're trying to make me think that somebody came here and... when could he have?
There are mornings and afternoons in this mill, too, you know, just like anywhere else. Long, long, long afternoons.
Who's been here? Who was it?
I'm not going to tell you.
I don't believe it. Say it's not true. You filthy whore. Say something, come on. Speak! Make a noise! Speak! Speak! All right! Don't speak. Keep your mouth closed. But I'll close your eyes as well. I'll kill you. You're not fit to live. I like that thing out of your innards.
No, Ian. I was lying. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. It was cruel. Please. Nobody came. I wouldn't let them. I love you. Please. Please, it was enough.
I'll kill you!
Said she? Lion. Lion? Was she? I'll show her what she's made me go through. I'll make her think I really mean to kill her. I'll give her a few moments of hell.
Jarrott's just come.
Right, load away. That's it, that's steady as you go. That's it. Go on now. That's it. Right, go on. Steady now. Steady. Steady. Go on then, load away a bit more. Whoa, 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 whoa! You all right there, Fred? Go on then.
It's all right. She's all right.
Yes, it was a miracle. A miracle not only that she'd survived, but that upon examination her physical injuries proved so relatively slight. But the damage to her mind, that was a different matter. The doctors thought it resulted from the shock of her fall. We know otherwise. There was no one to enlighten them, though, least of all the girl herself, who said nothing. She lay there in her bed at the infirmary until they moved her to another bed, this time in a mental hospital. Finally, Ian brought himself to visit her. He waited, anguished, not knowing how she'd be, how she'd greet him, or how he'd be able to convey to her all that gnawed away at him.
Adele. Hello. I've brought.
Well, how do you feel then? I want you to know that I'm sorry. I know what I've done, and I'm sorry. I know that sounds... I love you. Adele, what I'm trying to... Say something. Say you hate me if that's... But, please, say something. Oh, God!
Ian continued to visit her. His only hope was that time and persistence might raise some spark. And as time went on, she became a little more animated and would even speak.
Went back over top last week. You know, over Farley Tires.
Did you?
Aye. Thought it'd make a bit of a change, like. Don't go out very much these days. Tell you where I did go, though.
Where?
To library.
Did you?
Aye. First time in a long time. They've rearranged a lot of books.
Have they?
Aye. They've got history where science used to be. I got a couple of books out.
Did you?
Aye. One on Peru, of all places, and one on, well, certain sorts of illnesses. Do you... I mean... Are you warm enough?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Good. One year turned into the next. In all this time, he'd kept off the subject that was gnawing his heart out.
Clear day. See, a long way. That must be Kirkburton over there. Adele, I've been coming here a long while now, and every time we talk, I want to say something now. Will you listen to me? Will you listen to me?
Yes.
Do you remember what happened?
Yes.
And have you any idea how I feel?
I think so.
And does it mean anything?
I'm not able. I'm not able.
When I say that I love...
It's a word. I know, I can remember. But it's like an old film. I can watch and I can see, but I can only watch.
You don't hate me?
I don't anything.
I only live for you, to try and make up. I need to be forgiven.
I know.
Do you think you'll ever be able to?
I don't know.
Do you want to?
I don't want or not want. I can't. I don't feel anything.
Is it... What is it?
It's... hell.
I had to be struck down for what I did.
I can't.
I know. I know. Well, I must wait and hope. They say the spring's coming soon. And perhaps when it does, when ice starts to dribble off trees, well, perhaps there'll be Perhaps there'll be a...
All through the spring, she was allowed to walk the grounds with him. And then one day...
Ian?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Adele, I've waited so long.
So have I, so have I.
The ice thaws. I want to be purged. I want fire of your forgiveness to burn through me. I love you so much.
Take me, cover me, shield me. I'll forgive you.
Humble me. Let me cherish your tender, martyred body.
Their passion leapt high again, and their mutually inflicted sufferings served only to make love more intense. Then, once again...
If I hadn't persevered, you wouldn't be out yet. You'd never have come out of
pity
that...
the poor murderer, not his battered victim.
I was just as much your victim as you were mine.
Well, you drove me to it. You're so insecure, so jealous. I had to invent a pregnancy. Where's any child from your much vaunted?
We deliberately haven't, you know we...
Do I? You sure? Think back. Maybe you want...
Don't say that. You know it's not true. You know I've always... Don't laugh at me. I'll wear that smile.
No, Ian, stop it. We mustn't.
I didn't think...
Oh, hell, why do we...
We might be deluding ourselves. We've had some great heights together, but we've been down in the depths, literally, to pay for them. If we stay together, how much of the high are we going to have and how much of the low?
Maybe all high.
No, it couldn't be. Look at last night, out of the blue.
But what could we get from life without... With what? With who? I mean, I can hardly think about... What else could there be in life that would make avoiding that risk worthwhile? Besides, maybe it's our fate to destroy, if we must. I mean, what else?
I don't know. But maybe we ought to go and see.
Anyway, we don't have to decide right now.
I think we do.
What, now? This afternoon?
What's the point in prolonging it?
But I love you.
I love you. But that doesn't solve our problem. That is our problem.
But surely the fact that we can talk about it...
We talked before, and look what happened.
Well, I suppose...
What?
We'll have to decide, I suppose.
When?
Now.
Does it have to be now?
What's the point in prolonging?
They gave themselves 3 hours, until 5 o'clock, to decide. Each had a piece of paper on which to write stay or part.
Listen.
We both decided the same.
But...
Don't look at me. Go.
Is this really...
Don't draw it out. Go on.
Well, I can't believe it. It
We've
can't...
done it. Now go.
Well,
I hope you... Oh, go. Go!
And it better be worth it, that's all I can say.
Go!
So, that's how it was. On that summer afternoon, 10 years ago, they wrenched themselves apart. At approximately 7 minutes past 5, their knowledge of each other stopped. And, as they receded from one another at what seemed to them the speed of light, their relationship was already history. Each, as far as the other was concerned, had entered upon a great blank. A blank of almost 10 years. A married woman, doing her housework at her home in Bromley, on the southern fringe of London. A reasonable setting for this quietly sophisticated, ordinarily happy woman who gets on well with her husband and is devoted to her children. A woman without any hint of the apocalyptic about her, without any outward trace of things long past. Who would ever guess that once she stared out her days in a madhouse? And on this April morning, several miles to the north, Ian Tiggott drives through Islington to his office near Ludgate Hill, where he's an executive in a publishing firm. A happily married man, a busy man, a capable man, to all intents and purposes, a stable and contented man. Who would ever guess that he was once so impassioned that he almost killed and almost died? As he drives along this morning, he's no idea that only a few miles to the south, the person once so all-important to him is busying herself with the ashtrays and the cushions. And anyway, nothing could be further from his thoughts this morning, or from hers. Which isn't to say that their thoughts never turn to the events of that previous life. Months go by when they never give them so much as a moment's reflection. But then, a sound. A leaf in the gutter, a patch of wall, the gait of a stranger passing on the street, or some other nuance.
Are we really going to publish this? The things I have to read. Oh, to think I used to scoff at people who worked amongst books. That library where she worked. That business about the ladder. Ridiculous. Yes. But the intensity. We were alive, though. In a way. In spite of the antics. Or because of them. Who knows? Things run smoothly now. Don't think I'd want to.
Tree. Buds out. Spring again. That spring. Walking round and round those grounds. Feelings slowly coming back with a thaw. Did they really? Every fleeting glance eyed drama. Made me wear, what was it? Oh, yes, I remember now. Oh, dear. John wouldn't know or care if I wore rugby shorts. Still, it wasn't just silly. It was a pitch of awareness. Ecstasy. Clambering about naked up trees. Oh, come on, you romantic suburban lady. It doesn't go with babies, bottles and washing machines.
Couldn't believe it. June 15th, 5 o'clock. I didn't want to. If I'd taken her in my arms. She seemed to be moving away. Then time stopped.
He was so anguished, so stricken. Should I have weakened? I wanted to. Was that what I should have done? Did we throw away our only reality? Was that our time, the continuation of that? It was so hard and bright, so painfully bright. But has everything else been a narcotic dream? I turned, and what did I turn away from? What did I turn away?
After that moment of parting, her movements are completely lost to me. What were her next actions? The first of her separate existence? Did she collect her things? Was she too overcome? Where did she go? I wonder what she... Oh, no. I wonder if she married. Should think it's likely. She could be dead, I suppose. I wouldn't know. I don't really feel any tremendous urge to know. Do I? No.
13 days later, fate steps on the train at Charing Cross Station. Harry Cooper, the unlikely and unwitting agent of their reunion-to-be. Having exhausted his possibilities in the north, he's in the capital to further his fortunes. He has a job in the city and digs at New Cross. New Cross lies on the Bromley line. The following weekend, Ian has an hour or two to kill. He drifts in the direction of Regent's Park, and then, upon a casual whim, he finds himself in the zoo.
All those poor bastards serving penal servitude. Sentimental. Maybe.
Good heavens! Cooper! Do you remember me?
Yeah, Ian Ticket.
Ian,
Yes.
after all these years,
10 years, 2 months, 4 days, and 15 hours to be exact.
you remember it all so clearly.
Well, was it worth it?
No.
Or equally,
Well, was it worth it?
Oh, yes. And for you?
I don't know.
maybe we'll be complete strangers. No. But perhaps I should have forewarned her. No. More exciting this way. Oh, well. Anyway, I'll know soon. Oh, hell. Have I come all this way to find it? Shall I wait? Leave a note. I have returned. Guess who? No. I'll go for a drive round and come back.
Oh.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
I thought you were out.
I was.
Ah.
I've been shopping.
Oh.
Well,
Yes, well,
well, you better come in.
right. Thanks.
I'd better just put these things...
Yes. Yes, Cooper told me that,
Yes, I met him on the train.
Yes, I know, he told me. I bumped into him at the zoo.
The zoo?
Yes, he was photographing an orangutan.
Oh, dear, he hasn't changed much.
No, he's a bit flabby around face.
Yes.
I wasn't quite sure whether I got the right house. There's
Oh,
no
dear,
number outside.
no, it fell off. I keep meaning to get a new one.
Well, you could probably get one at Woolworths.
Oh, do they have them?
Yes, I should think so.
Oh, I didn't
They
know
continue to skate along like that for the whole of their first meeting. And afterwards.
that. What sort of things do you publish?
Here's one of our latest.
3 field studies in soil chemistry. Oh, dear, is that title a deliberate pun?
No, I'm afraid not. Our authors don't rise to that kind of wit.
Oh, Ian. Oh, dear.
Would the years vanish? Is this the same woman? Would we both want it? Is she even conscious
Not exactly Norman Mailer, is it?
No. No.
Is this office all yours?
Yes, all 10 square inches of it. I've been trying to get a new piece of carpet. This one's a bit moth-eaten and frayed round the edges. I keep hinting about it, but so...
Ian, do you still want me?
Oh, I've been waiting.
Oh, Ian, take me. Oh.
Mind you, I don't really care. I'm kept pretty busy as it
Oh,
is
if
anyway.
I did.
You know how it is.
What'd you do?
Once you spend a lot of
Have a
time
fit,
in a
poor
room,
man.
you become rather
Secretary,
oblivious to
Michael.
its aesthetic defects.
Yes, I suppose so.
Yes.
Oh, pleasant view.
Yes. Yes, it is. Though I spend most of my time with my back to it.
It's got to be broached. I must know. Next time I'll plunge in somehow.
I wonder if there is anything. I'm intrigued, to say the least. I must find out, however dangerous. Next time we...
You'll probably think this is an odd question. But when you left the mill, did you catch the bus on the road or did you walk across the fields?
I walked across the fields. We go round and round, but we keep coming back to it. We don't know and we'll never know.
Could you go on just wondering?
It wouldn't be easy.
We couldn't do it.
Oh, Ian. Are you suggesting we have an affair?
I don't know. Yes. Yes, I suppose I am.
Oh.
We've got to answer this question, haven't we?
Yes, I suppose we have.
Well then.
There is something there.
Yes.
You're still an attractive woman.
And you're still an attractive man.
They decide they must make a journey into the past. Their question has to be answered, and the mill might stimulate that answer. Oh, they're far from callous about what the outcome may mean for their families, but their need to make the journey is far stronger than any other consideration. So, they travel north, not knowing what they'll find, not knowing whether the mill still stands, not knowing even with any certainty what it is they want to find. They travel towards a fixed point in space, which may turn out to be a pivot in time, to a haunted place, a catalytic location, which, by breaking the present into the past, may make the past into the future.
Well, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's still here.
Supposed to be haunted.
And here we sit. The ghosts.
I could hardly keep a straight face once that bloke in the pub was talking about.
Oh, if you'd known who he was telling.
I'd like to have seen his face if we'd told him.
Oh, he wouldn't have believed it.
No, he probably wouldn't. Well, shall we see if it is haunted? It seems so much smaller than I remember it.
It's as if it had shrunk.
Well, here it is.
It's hard to believe it's the same room.
Yes.
All the things we did in this room.
Yes. Well, shall we see if we can...
Do what we...
That's what we're here for.
All right.
Come here. I want you, woman.
I want you, man. I'm sorry.
You'll never know how close I came to using that axe.
Oh, wait a minute. You've got a bit of dust on your coat.
Have I?
It's off now.
Duh. I was really going to kill you.
That message got through to me.
What's that really mean?
Well, he certainly looked rather like you.
I know. That's the trouble.
You mean that though we were both here then and we're both here now,
In exactly the self-same place.
give or take a few slates,
Yes. It's so difficult to connect the two.
this place is so, I don't know, so much more ordinary than I remember it.
I know. Well, come on, let's go downstairs. Oops! Better be careful. These stairs are slippery.
Thanks.
Let's go outside to the well. That should be potent with associations.
Where is it?
It's gone.
Vanished without trace.
Well, they did fill it in.
Yes, but there were remains.
Yes, I thought there were.
Where was it?
I think it was about here.
No! I think it was more this way, over here. Here we are. I think there's a bit of a mound underneath this grass.
No. No. That's just a stone, not a mound.
Perhaps it's one of the stones from the well.
Perhaps. we don't even know where it was. We can't even find it. We've travelled over 200 miles for a jar of old floorboards.
Oh, dear. Our past. Here it is. A heap of old rubbish.
We've got our answer.
Yes, we've got our answer. There's nothing here. Wherever there was, it's gone. It's not haunted.
We were the only people that could have been the ghost.
Well, we don't haunt it.
Oh. It doesn't haunt us either.
No, the haunting was in our heads.
I suppose you could say the place has exorcised them.
Yes, I guess that's about it. Well.
Well.
Come on, let's leave it to the locals to spin their stories around. It's of some use to them, it's no use to anyone else.
No, I'm hungry.
So, I tell you what, let's drive into Huddersfield. We can have a bite to eat at the George before pushing up back to London again.
So they leave. And, as they say, there are no ghosts now. None in the mill, and certainly none in their minds. They can go back to London and get on with their lives. There's no need now for anything dramatic. No need for them even to stop seeing each other. Indeed, if they did, they would be contriving a false drama. And that's the index of what they have become. There's no reason on earth why they shouldn't remain good friends. Their tragedy, if it can be called that, is that there can now be no tragedy. As they pull out of sight, they are now out of this saga, and that means the saga's over, which is as it should be, since it was theirs. They're done with it, and so are we. Except to add one little note of passing interest. 5 days after they'd gone, a bunch of students crept into the mill to hoax the living daylights out of a friend. The ghost walked, or rather ran, and when it had finished, it took off its head.